It's working.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back.
Boy, you don't need nothing else, Jordan.
Back and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
I don't blame you, bro, but you don't need shit else. I can't hear you, bro. Like you're far away. Oh, there you go. You're gonna be straight, motherfucker. You already straight. Oh, both on there when they going.
And now the Texans are going to stop
you
it.
lost half that shit back.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, go. 280! Flat. Hey, left 3. 357. Hey, we're good.
Wentz now on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Pick the ball, bro.
And incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check. Crouch. Black, come on. Hey, kill.
Now Wentz. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to...
Oh, man, took it to the house, baby.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
What's nice? I almost ran a punt return. Yeah, man. I just made a couple trades in the other league, NB5. I got 3 all-star corners, and my defensive line getting good, baby. Bro. Man, fuck, your shit is ridiculous. I'm with goddamn what's name. You got a mutt team.
Let's go. Check out 3. Watch the
I know, but you had the 2. I don't know how you got the 2 best quarterbacks in history.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he's in.
And splits both of them to make you, and you probably got a bull, and you got a quarterback you can build up, and you got draft packs to get off of that.
On the air, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
That's
An
crazy,
ideal
man.
start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score.
Alexander?
I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight.
What?
Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0.
For who? Oh, you smart, bro. That's how I do. And tell you, I want Pierce, man, but I can't give up a first, and you gonna want more than enough because it's Blair first or Ray first. And I know how you think. I gave him. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to give him Casey, but I know Gage wanted a fucking offensive line, so I did it just for Gage. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do it. I'm great offensive line. I got more offensive linemen now. I got damn it, I can't think right now, but look at my squad real quick.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Ain't about to get
to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention.
What's the name? Cornerback Howard.
But that's the case.
And I'm about to get cornerback Fuller.
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that
superstar
word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I already got quarterback.
Better, right?
You know, you're right,
what's his
because that's
name?
part of it. But that's two different mindsets. That's
quarterback
mindset, draft position, where we're going to be, and what do we need to get, and then the players.
And I got cornerback Fuller. I got Howard. And I got Slate.
Feel better about themselves, despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs.
That's good for an Indianapolis
I'm like,
first
you
down
never
on a
give
gain of
dumbass.
10.
I'm just doing my team what fits me.
Here's 1st and 10.
You gotta check it out, man. I'm trying to play right quick, but I got some decent.
Check 37. Check 37. Shoot.
They'll run with Geis.
Oh, he didn't play like that.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. On 1st down, Wentz.
Oh, my God. Y'all got to come on, make some.
Smith. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Wentz now on 1st down.
Attention to the ground.
Flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket,
one of my
flag comes down.
Byron or fucking my defense. Ray don't get a motherfucking start meeting soon.
Tackle to
Them
tackle.
motherfuckers is wrecking
You gotta get
shop.
outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early in the offense.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
I don't think this will even know.
He missed the field goal. Oh, my God.
Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On the ready. 52. Watch the pass. Go. Check 4.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb.
You fucking spin. Just run the ball. He has 6.
To the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take.
Why did he fucking spin?
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Throwing is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On play action, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Gonna take a shot for
User.
One that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. He'll
Mark.
turn this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's a 2nd and 7. The first catch of the game
Kittle.
for George Kittle. Touchdown, Houston. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Man, fuck.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to find Gallup here complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. The throw taken in by Cole. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Wentz going to throw. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Done. 180. 54 miles. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Play action. Now Wentz. And that is caught.
Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta go.
Indianapolis. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Watch the slant.
Looking to throw. Gage. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now wins. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and it's knocked away and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but now it's 3rd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Bailey's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Check nickel. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Hey.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Oh, you missed it!
this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground is Chubb. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rock it.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To return is Taylor. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz.
Oh my God, this motherfucker doing gay shit.
Open, complete. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Forced out to his left. It's
damn, he's just throwing this shit up like some bullshit.
A very solid gain of 27.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
40, 82, 40. Hey, Charlie. Check back 39. Check back 39.
Wentz. Now he's going to go deep down the left side.
Pick the ball, man.
Up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Well, it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night, and that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
25, check 25, check 25.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
10 yards on the pickup.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And got a man. It's Woods. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Slam, slam. 37, 37. Switch gears. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Into the red zone. Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. Open out on the left side. This is Cole. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing now is Wentz.
Get the ball, nigga! What the fuck wrong with you?
Wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
It's on. 14-10.
Great 15, great 15.
Yeah, he about to score, I think. Unless I get a sack or a pick.
Second down and goal. Wentz. And it'll be intercepted.
I called it.
Picked up by Jair Alexander. Keelan Cole, the intended target. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb.
Get the block, nigga!
Down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play that time out of Chubb. 69 yards. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Mike's 57, 57's Mike. Too little, cut. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Now Chubb.
This rate been up, man.
He'll get it down to the 7.
I didn't put it on what's the name for this shit fucking up, so I just left it off on go on my shit.
Look at me, zipper.
And again, it's Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
I ain't put none of that. I'm talking about going on.
So they're left with a 3rd down and 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Chubb running right, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Butker is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Wentz to throw. Able to find his running back, Geis. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's back to throw. And
he dropped it again.
Going to be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They run it again with Chubb. There he goes left side. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this one complete to Smith. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Empty. Trey 57. Hey, Steve 6. He's coming. Double up.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final try now for Wentz. He finds Taylor, complete.
Come on, fellas.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great